Good day, pupils. And my name is Adela Charity Adela. Welcome to Global Kids e-learning section. I'm taking you basic science for primary 4. We are going to be discussing the feeding system. In this class, we are going to lay emphasis on the teeth. Now, by the end of this class, I believe we should have been able to internalize the meaning of feeding system. We should have been able to know the types of teeth and the various uses of the types of teeth, as well as the total number of an adult teeth. Now, what is the feeding system? The feeding system is made up of parts of the body that are used in taking food into the stomach. That is, every part of the body that we use in taking food into the stomach is known as the feeding system. The mouth is where feeding and digestion of food starts from. The mouth consists of 3 parts, which are number 1, the teeth, number 2, the tongue, number 3, the lips. I repeat, number 1, the teeth, number 2, the tongue, and number 3, the teeth. Let's talk about the teeth. The teeth in our mouth are of various shapes and sizes. Now, if you take a good look at your teeth with your mouth wide open in front of a mirror, you see that in your mouth there are various types of teeth. And these types of teeth are of various sizes. For clarification, let's take a look at our chart. Now, if you look at this chart, we have the human teeth. Look at this. We have the incisors, we have the canines, we have the premolars, and we have the molars. We have the upper jaw, and we have the lower jaw. Now, in the upper jaw, we have the same number of teeth in the upper jaw, and we have the same number of teeth in the lower jaw. That means if we have 4 teeth in the upper jaw, we also have 4 teeth in the lower jaw. For an adult, we have 16 teeth in the upper jaw, and we have 16 teeth in the lower jaw. Let's proceed to talk about the types of teeth. Now, we have 4 types of teeth. We have 4 types of teeth. The first one is the incisors. The second one, we have the canines. The third one, we have the premolars. And the fourth one, we have the molars. Pupils, please repeat after me. We have number 1, the incisors. Number 2, we have the canines. Number 3, we have the premolars. And number 4, we have the molars. Now, for the human teeth, we have the left-hand side of the teeth, and we have the right-hand side of the jaw. The same number of teeth you have in the left-hand side is the same number of teeth you have in the right-hand side. Let's talk about the types of teeth and their uses. The first one is the incisors. Now, the incisors are the first front teeth in our mouth. The incisors are the what? The first front teeth in our mouth. Let's take a look at this diagram here. You see these first front teeth are the what? The incisors. There are 8 in number. We have 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. The incisors are used for biting and for cutting. The incisors, I repeat, are used for biting and for cutting. Let's talk about the second type of teeth. The second type of teeth are the canines. They are the canines. The canines are the sharp teeth next to the incisor on both sides of the mouth. That is, on each side of the mouth, we have the canines. The canines are 4 in numbers. That is, the total number of canines in the mouth are 4. We have 2 in the upper jaw and 2 in the lower jaw. We have 1 on the right hand side, 1 on the left hand side for the upper jaw, making a total of 2. Then for the lower jaw, we have 1 on the right hand side and 1 on the left hand side. By the time we count, we have 4. Now, pupils, please count with me. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, making it a total of 4 canines in the mouth. The canines are used for cutting and for tearing. That is for you to be able to cut your food into smaller pieces for easy swallowing. We use the canines for that purpose. Now, we are going to be talking about the third types of teeth. The third type of teeth, which are the premolars. Now, the premolars are the next set of teeth to the canines. The next set of teeth after the canines. Now, they are 8 in number. They are 8 in number. We have 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. That is, we have 2 by the left hand side, 2 by the right hand side for the upper jaw, making a total of 4. Then for the lower jaw, we also have 2 by the right hand side and 2 by the left hand side, making a total of 4 for the lower jaw. And I know you know that 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, which makes the premolar 8 in number. The premolars are used for chewing and for grinding. That is, they help us to reduce our food into tiny bits for easy swallowing. Lastly, we are going to be talking about the molars. Now, the molars are the last teeth after the premolars. The molars are the last teeth after the the premolars. They are 12 in number. We have 6 for the upper jaw and 6 for the lower jaw. Now, the molar are distributed in a way that we have 3 on the right hand side of the mouth. We have 3 on the left hand side of the mouth for the upper jaw. We have 3 on the right hand side of the mouth and 3 on the left hand side of the mouth for the lower jaw, making a total of 6 for the upper jaw and a total of 6 for the lower jaw. And 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. The molars are used for grinding and for chewing. That is, if you want to swallow your food easily, you have to chew them properly and grind them into smaller bits. That is the purpose of the molars. The molars will help you to grind your food and to chew them. An adult has a total of 32 teeth. An adult has a total of 32 teeth in his or her mouth. I believe we have been able to internalize what we've been talking about in this class, and this is our activity for this class. Number 1, what is feeding system? What is feeding system? I hope you'll be able to define feeding system without looking at the board. And digestion of food begin from the dash. Begin from the dash. You have to fill in this gap with the appropriate word. Number 3, list the 4 types of teeth. List the 4 types of teeth. And number 4, an adult has dash teeth. You have to fill in this gap with the correct number of teeth that an adult has. Now, this is the end of this class. But before I go, let's quickly do a recap of what we've been talking about, or of what we've discussed in this class. I told you that the topic is the feeding system, and we define the feeding system as the feeding system is made up of parts of the body that are used in taking food into the stomach. And we said that the mouth consists of 3 parts, which are the teeth, the tongue, and the lips. And I also told you that the teeth in our mouth are of various shapes and sizes, and the 4 types of teeth include the incisors, the canines, the premolars, and the molars. This is the end of our class. Till I come your way again, please do stay safe.